Time for another board game review, and this time we have the game TBH, the game of honest answers to outrageous questions. This was sent to me by Cut Games, and is designed by David Malky and Nate Wiseman. Get real, get weird, get real weird. Find out what your friends think you'd do in unpredictable situations. Each dilemma card launches you into a surprising discussion that ends with a challenge. Do you have what it takes to be honest? Let me show you how to play. So in TBH, each round, the first player becomes the dilemma boss, and so you will draw 2 dilemma cards, and you will pick one to read. So here's one. While planning your dream wedding, your soulmate has one critical request, that during the vows you both fart into the microphone and invite all the guests to breathe it in. Do you toot for love? The other one is, a micrometeor has shot through your roof and embedded in your gut. Now every time you dream, you live someone else's waking life. Friends say your personality is changing. Would you have the spooky space stone removed? So, you'll pick one of these 2. Let's say I pick this one. And then you read it out to the group. Every player will then have the opportunity to ask questions about the specific details. It's really one of those kind of conversation games. Once everyone has asked questions about the prompt, then everyone will play their own yes or no answer card in the center of their own board. You have these, yes or no. So, let's see. If my soulmate asked me to both fart into the microphone, if they really wanted me to do that, I would do it, sure. So, yes. I put down the yes secretly on my board. Everyone else will do the same on their boards. And I'm not showing all the boards, but there's a bunch of different boards for each player. Each person will put down a secret answer. Then you have guess cards, and you're going to try to guess what your friends said. So, for this person, I might go, okay, I think they said yes. And maybe another person does another guess here, and then like one more person guesses here. And you all go around putting down your guess cards. You have 2 yeses, 2 nos. And depending on the number of players, you either put down 2 cards or 3 cards. And they have to be on different players' boards. Once everyone's done placing their guess cards, then you reveal all the answers. So, in this case, this person said no. Let's reveal. These people thought yes, this person said no. So, only this player will score points. And the way you score points is you count the number of stars showing. There's one in the middle, and then here. So this orange player would get 2 points. There is no penalty for an incorrect guess. And then, you just add up the points and you move them around the track. The fewer guesses on a board, the more possible points you can get. This is to encourage you to guess on players whose answers might be harder to predict. Once everyone has scored all their different boards with who got it right, how many stars are showing, you get all your cards back. Next person reads more cards, and you keep going. And whoever gets to this final star is the winner. Now, there is a sort of added rule. If there's ever a dilemma that people are uncomfortable with, you can play a no card. One no card is an indication for you, the boss, to back up and shift the line of discussion. Or if you play 2 no cards, that's just a simple, hey, I don't like that dilemma, let's discard it and draw a new one. And the rules say that no explanation is required when you play these no cards. So if there's anything that makes you uncomfortable, you can play those cards to change the topic. And that's pretty much the game. So I'll just show you a couple more of the prompts just to give you an idea of what is in this game. A neighbor's doorbell camera captures you doing an epic faceplant outside your front door. You look like such a complete, utter idiot that the clip goes viral. Do you chase internet fame and tell the world who you are? A high school friend has written a tell-all memoir that goes into extreme detail about you. Specifically, they ask if you will read the juiciest parts aloud, sight unseen, as part of the book launch. Do you do it? You are 6 weeks into dating someone and it's going great. They get a great job offer in a cool city all the way across the globe. They ask you to move with them. Are you packing your bags? Earth is being destroyed to make a space highway. You can upload your consciousness to a computer and persist in a virtual world, or you can go down with the ship. Are you joining the cloud? So those have been the examples of the prompts. Otherwise, you're just trying to guess your friend's answers, and that's the game. So for me, I think the biggest strength of this game is the writing. And that's definitely, what makes or breaks these types of conversation games. I think the cards questions are actually pretty clever. The sort of game part is kind of extraneous. If anything, it feels a little too fiddly, which is almost always the case for these types of games. Like, all right, you count up the stars showing, and you gotta play only 3 of your 4 cards. it all feels just like a little too fiddly when these types of games are always just about generating interesting discussion. I've never really cared about, oh, I gotta win this type of game, you know? So the rules are a little fiddly, but the central conceit is still fun. Like, it's fun trying to predict what your friends will say. It's fun to, have arguments about, would you do this, would you not? I do also respect that the game includes the no cards if you are uncomfortable with the topic. Although, we played a bunch of rounds, and I didn't read anything that felt like it was too, uncomfortable. But I'm glad the option is there in case people need it. I do think some of the cards have the problem of just being a little too obviously skewed towards one direction. Like, yes, of course I'd say yes, or of course I'd say no. But I think overall the mix of questions is fun, and it's actually pretty interesting. So like I said, it's, the writing I think is the strongest part of this game. Too many games in this genre have very obnoxious or edgy or annoying writing or prompts, like, ooh, edgelord. But I think this one is more clever, and I think that, if you like this kind of game, and, it's a good sort of, like, icebreaker type game, or if you just want to, get to know your friends better, yeah, it's pretty good.